Hello, welcome back. In this lesson, we are going to set up our first use case, which it is lost luggage. So it's the case that our autonomous application is going to handle complaints about the lost luggage. And so let's dive into the code. So to speed up the process, I have added some code here. So the first thing, I have created this tools file where we're going to add tools that would basically perform, let's say, external calls or perform things that are gonna be done on the process itself or in the other system and things like that. So, for example, when you might want to escalate to a human. So here we're gonna kind of add the logic what that would take to escalate a call to a human. So for now, we're gonna just return a simple string, and there will be also case resolved. So what in your system will do what it's supposed to be done when a case is resolved. The same to initiate a search baggage. So in our on real system, that would make the external calls to identify if there is any entries for found baggage. So this two very simple ones. I'm not going to implement anything here. Let's make the system simpler. Another thing that I have actually added was a simple tool, a tool that would basically print the message that the system has generated in a very let's say friendly way. So where we're gonna actually just print things that it's important at the end of the process. So we're gonna see that as part of this lesson. And I'm not going to dive into this because it's not really related to the development of agent. It's just handling messages and looping over a list. Another thing that I have actually put in place here, it is some prompts that we're going to be using for our agent. So lost baggage agent. And you can read through this here. There is a lot of information. So you can pause and see what we have added. But the important thing that we have added here is, for example, never share the details about the context or the policy with the user. So basically that you have asked, you must complete all the steps in the policy before proceeding. So in the policy, you have it down here. And we basically say call initiate baggage search function to start the search process. So here giving instruction what to do when this lost baggage is actually triggered. And one of the things that we have here, it's escalate to human if you don't find the luggage, and case should be resolved when should be called. The case resolved should be called when the case is actually solved. So it's a pretty long prompt. We're not going through all this, but you can kind of see here and they use in your system something similar to that. So let's now actually code the agent part, which we are going to start with we have the transfer. I'm gonna actually bring from here transfer lost luggage from here, and actually remove from here, and the agent. Let's just put it here. But the difference now that we are actually going to call a clear lost baggage agent, actually gonna be a real agent now, and we are gonna try to create this now here. Agent. And will be a lost luggage agent. And however, the instructions would actually come from here. So we're gonna do this. Plus lost luggage baggage. So it will be like this, and the function will be all of that. So it's collect to the human, initiate search, transfer to trial, still don't have it, and transfer let's create this tool and transfer to triage, and the triage is gonna be return triage agent. So we need to create that as well. And triage agent, and here on the instructions, we will do a little bit different. So we will actually use a function for that. And triage instruction, and we're gonna create this. And here we are actually going to get the context variable, because we're gonna have, let me just copy this here. So in the triage instruction, we will actually use some context information, and it will be the customer information, the flight information, and you're gonna use as part of our prompt here, right? So you are triage user's request and call tool to transfer to the right intent. So this will be the first agent that will be executed, and based on the query, it would be actually passing to another agent. It would be our loss luggage. So now that we have these agents, let's actually change the triage agent. Let's remove this one and cancel flights as well. We're not going to do cancel flights yet. Let's just put here triage agent, and here with the agent for agent, and the context now you're going to understand why the context variable are here. So we are going to delete this because this was just to simplify. But now the context variables would be a context that would be important for the given request. So for example, now here you probably would get from the database, based on the user login, you're gonna retrieve the customer information. So the customer ID, the name, the phone number, email, and so on and so forth, and the flight context as well. So you might ask some information about the flight context as part of the user login. So you're gonna have here already some information about this flight, and we're gonna pass it to our triage agent, and it would actually pass to the prompts that you're gonna be using as part of this process. And another thing that I think it's important to do here, so I want to add the inputs from the terminal. So as we interact with the system, it'll be asking for the further questions, and you will need to input in this way, right? Extend message, I think basically that. Here it's where we are gonna print message, and here we are gonna be printing the final response, like that. So based on the message that has been generated as part of the interaction here of our app. Another thing that I think I want to kind of improve here, it is first that at the start of the interaction here, I want to print. I'm not going to use the debug version because I want this to be more visible, and we are gonna say active agent as we did in the version 1, and if for instance here we should use active agent, and here at the end we are going to remove this, and we are going to actually add history, extend message. So we're going to concatenate both. And here we are going to actually say if response has agent, we should update our active agent to use the new one. And I think that is. Let's run it and see how it goes. So I lost space from here. I lost my line. So the first it's not to displaying too much here, just want the name. So let's go to the runner, agent name. And another thing here, I want switch into the agent name. So I want to also print when it's switching so you can see this interaction properly. I lost. So the first is the triage agent, and flight you want to, and you lost the leg. Could you let me know which flights you were? So flight 1. Working properly. See, how do I transfer you to luggage? Just see if we have the right instructions. Oh yeah, this is not working properly because you have to set the functions here to transfer to the lost luggage. Let's run it again. And the flight. I lost my lost luggage agent, and then I'm sorry to hear that you lost your luggage. Let's start the process of trying to locate it. Initialize baggage, initiated, then good news, your baggage was located and you can have it. So let's say, cool, but I want to talk to a agent. Escalate, then now it's escalated to a human, right? And it is basically now navigating to another scenario. And then I'm gonna say, I happy, thank a lot. And now we got to the case resolved. So, and basically we have navigated through all the scenarios in the lost baggage. Human, initiated, trash, and it's basically that. And this shows how we can manage lost languages and requests and how to interact over different scenarios to your customer satisfied. So this shows the potential of the autonomous apps, and we are going to build some other cases to continue to show how this is powerful and how you can kind of leverage from this autonomous app for your systems. So see you next lecture.